As a traveling companion, I went to Venezuela in 2001 in Caracas. Before we went, I did my homework to see what I was getting into, and it didn't seem all that bad. But by the time we got there, when we were there, they ended up having a coup, and the whole country just went plumb crazy. And martial law was going on, and so then the military ran the streets in the daytime, and in the evenings is when the gangs came in, and they were not so much like riots; they were just like gangs. A bunch of people gathered together, and they would just run the streets, and they would stop all cars. And anything they could break into, they would break into, and so this was what was going on when I was there. So what I ended up doing is I thought, well, it can't be that bad. I've never been in anything like that, so I thought, well, it can't be that bad. And the hotel wouldn't let me out of the hotel. They locked everybody in the hotel. I'm not good on being locked in anywhere. So I ended up saying, well, I want to go have a cigar. Let me go get a cigar. And so I just want to go step outside the door. And so I went outside the door and I was smoking my cigar. And next thing I know, I just kind of moseyed on a little more. And the next thing I know, I escaped. I mean, I was gone. I took off and I got a couple, 2 or 3 blocks away from the hotel. And then I noticed there was I could hear some noises. It was just like you see on TV. It was in the city, and all the storefronts had garage doors, like things pulled down over them, and there was no doors, nothing, no place to go, nothing to do. And so then I'm thinking, well, what's all this noise I'm hearing? And it was bouncing off the walls. The buildings. I didn't know really what direction they were coming from, and what it was. They started coming around. First 3 or 4 guys just started coming around the corner there, and I thought, well, I can hold my own against 3 or 4. And then next thing I know, there's more and more kept coming, and then I thought, well, I can start running. But boy, I'm not good on running, because boy, you start running, it's kind of like chasing rabbits, man. They're going to start coming after me. So I thought, well, no problem. But there's more and more kept coming. And then eventually there was a whole bunch of them, maybe about 100 or so. I mean, there was a lot of them. The good thing is they really weren't armed. Pipes, sticks, this type of stuff. Not many in firearms I could see anyway. And so what I did is I just thought, well, what am I going to do now? So here I was backed up against the wall. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do now? And then I thought, well, best thing to do when you're getting any problem is look for friends. So I thought, well, let me find a friend. So I thought, as they started coming around, and they just stayed there. And I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know what was going on. And then pretty soon big old smile, and I thought, hey, good. And then I stuck my hand out, so we could shake hands. But I stick my what? And then like this, I held the light up and I walked through the crowd. They just parted and I just walked right on through, holding up the light. Walked right on through. No problems, no trouble. Okay, at the time, I didn't realize it, but the coughing by itself was enough. Seeing it's a third world country like that, when they associate coughing with sickness, and tuberculosis is one of the main sicknesses. And so just being around someone that's coughing could be a sign you're going to get sick. So then just the coughing itself was enough that a lot of them lost interest in me. But the funny thing is, as I was coughing, and I would be reaching out, and the people up front were just kind of, whoa, whoa, like that. They didn't want nothing to do with me. And so just the coughing itself was probably enough to do it. But they're superstitious too. So then when I coughed up this mysterious light, that was enough right there to really put a scare in them. And then going through the routine, but like I say, as I was going through the routine, this was giving more time. I wanted to make sure everyone knew what was going on, because the fear was going on. I mean, I could see the fear in their face. And so I wanted to make sure they all were scared. And then so when I was doing the routine, they would get more and more get scared. And then like I say, every time I'm reaching out, they would be jumping back. Well, then they jump back. The people behind them, they're just jumping back. So then fear is one of these things that is contagious. And that's what I ended up doing. I scared the ones up front, and that fear just went on to the back. And then, like I say, that's why I was taking my time going through and bringing it out. All this stuff puts in fear in everyone. And then so then finally, when I walked out, then nobody wanted anything to do with me. But what I'm trying to get across is you always need a plan. And it doesn't have to be what normal people use. Come up with your own, what you're comfortable with. I use the same routine to entertain too. But like I say, it works in fear. And what it is, it's these magic thumbs. And they're called D-lights. And you get them in a magic shop. And then you just go like that, like that. There they are, right there. It's the magic thumb. What's funny is I use the same routine. I was in a resort in, I think it was Costa Rica, and I was walking by the swimming pool, and the swimming pool was full of children, and the parents were sitting around the sides, enjoying drinks, enjoying themselves, and it was just at dusk. It was just starting to get dark. And so I walked by the swimming pool, and then I started coughing. Well, the more I coughed, the more attention I got. So then the next thing I knew, all the kids were watching me, and the parents were watching me, everybody was watching me. Then I went into the routine. When I went into that routine, I mean, you could see the parents, they were just laughing and enjoying themselves. And the children in the pool, they were amazed. They never seen anything like that. I mean, it was totally amazing, But like I say, I went through the same routine. I was scary. I was coughing. I mean, it was ugly. And then when I finally got done, I pulled it out, I showed everybody, and then I went to the pool and I put it down in the water, and I went push in the water. You should have seen all the kids. They were just pushing each other out of the way, trying to get out of the pool. Nobody wanted to be in that pool. And so they were trying to climb out. It was real funny. And I went on and I went into the restaurant. And then I'm sitting there in the restaurant and I'm trying to figure out, because I don't speak Spanish, so I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get something to eat here. And next thing I know, they come over to me, the waiter, and he started talking to me. And what he was saying, I had a travel companion with me, and the travel companion told me what they wanted. They wanted me to do some more magic. And then the lights all came down in the restaurant. So then here I am having to do more magic tricks. So to entertain everybody in the restaurant. So this is what I'm saying. Look at all the options that are available when it comes to self-defense. There's many, many options. We don't want to use force. My number one rule is no one hurts me. That's my number one rule. But the other thing is I don't want to hurt other people. So if I can make people feel good and happy using magic or whatever, that's good. That's much better than having to hurt somebody. So think of that. Think of other options you can use so you can defend yourself no matter what the situation is. Because there's always a way to get out of everything. If there's a will, there's a way. I guarantee you.